Virtua Fighter is a 1993 fighting game created for the Sega Model 1 arcade platform by AM2, the development group within Sega. It is the first game in the Virtua Fighter series and the first arcade fighter game to feature fully 3D polygon graphics. And as you can see here, it has been ported to the Sega Saturn, also the Sega 32X, Microsoft Windows, etc. It is a critically acclaimed and hit game. Virtua Fighter was highly regarded for its in-depth fighting engine and real-world fighting techniques, and has been revolutionary and highly influential in the evolution of the fighting game genre and video games in general. Virtua Fighter was created using hardware jointly developed by the aerospace technology firm Lockheed and Sega, dubbed the Model 1. Virtua Fighter was a launch title for the Sega Saturn and served as a pack-in launch game in North America. Its Sega 32X version was developed by the same team responsible for the Genesis port of Virtua Racing. On release of the Sega Saturn version, GamePro praised the game and the retention of the fighter moves, varying camera angles and controls of the arcade version, as well as the improved voice and sound effects for the home version, and concluded it is one of the best games ever to be packed in with a system. Their later review of the North American release was similarly laudatory, but then remarked that Tekken and Battle Arena for the soon-to-launch PlayStation were even better than Virtua Fighter. They particularly praised the game's depth and realism, and summarised that Saturn's Virtua Fighter is to all intents and purposes a coin-op game brought home and away from the arcade. Under the harsh light of unhurried examinations, its merits grow. Now, this game was released in the early stages of 3D graphics. As you can tell, they are a little bit rudimentary, but it is a fantastic video game. Also, I must add, this game does not work with the 3D analog controller. I am currently using the Model 2 gamepad to record this footage. The 3D controller does, however, work on Virtua Fighter 2. Just bear that in mind. So, would I recommend Virtua Fighter for the Sega Saturn? Yes, undoubtedly I would. It is a fantastic game. So I'd suggest you get yourselves out there and go buy a copy.
What could possibly go wrong?